So on Monday, a ton of new laws take into effect in the state, including a new no texting while driving law. So joining me today is Major Yura with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. And Major, we've been talking about this no texting and driving thing for a long time, and now it's finally coming into fruition. Can you explain to everyone what exactly is going on?
So Monday, July 1st, texting while driving will become a primary traffic offense. And what that means is previously we would had to witness a different traffic infraction, and texting while driving would be a secondary offense. Now, if an officer or deputy witnesses you texting while the car is in motion, we can pull you over and cite you. Now, this law is going to be slow rolled out through the remainder of 2019 to include verbal warnings and written warnings for the most part until January. And then in January, we're really going to try to start citing people. And it's for safety for the drivers on the road in Hillsborough County in the state of Florida. And
when we were talking earlier, you were almost comparing it to the whole seatbelt law when that became a law, just kind of like the slow rollout and then really cracking down.
Yeah, I think this is this generation's version of that. You know, first off, well, when I was a kid, there was no seatbelt laws, and then it was, hey, verbal warnings, and now, of course, we've got traffic blitz with click it or ticket and things like that, where really we're like, hey, it makes sense, buckle your seatbelts. Same thing with texting and driving. Distracted driving causes thousands and thousands of accidents each year. Makes sense, be safe, put the phone down. You don't need Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat until you can get where you need to get.
And unfortunately for you guys, there are a lot of exceptions to this new law that's going to make it pretty difficult to enforce.
Well, I think if the focus was on citation, it would be frustrating for us. I think because we're going to slow roll this out, verbal warnings, written warnings to try to educate the public. It's really not about, hey, let's try to write thousands of citations to the citizens of Hillsborough County in the state of Florida. Let's issue them warnings, get them thinking, hey, I got to put this phone down and drive safer. It would be helpful if the law had a little bit more teeth to it, but we're not focused on citations right now.
And now there are some places where it's allowed and you have to be totally hands-free. So let's break that down where you can't have your phone in your hands.
It's actually doesn't go into effect until October 1st, 2019, but school zones, school crossing zones, and highway work zones are totally hands-free. Again, we're going to be issuing warnings from October 1st to December 31st, 2019. But in January 1st, 2020, there will be no exceptions to, hey, I was using it for navigation or I was using it for traffic safety alerts for school zones and work zones. And again, that's for the safety of the children and people who are working on highways.
And what about stoplights, red lights?
Well, no, if the car is stationary, if you're not moving and you can use it to check your text messages and things, we would prefer you not, but that the law allows for an exception if the car's not in motion.
So what is going to happen when you pull people over? Hopefully you'll never go through that process, so Major's going to tell us.
Well, the reality is, if I pulled you over, we'd have a conversation about safety and, hey, is that phone really necessary and things like that, and I'm going to issue a verbal or a written warning at least until 2020. Now, when the citations come, the first offense is a $30 non-moving violation. The second offense is $16, and it goes up from there where you start getting points on your license and things like that. Again, I anticipate hopefully in future legislative sessions we'll get a law that gets, a little bit more teeth. The fines will go up as we roll this out to 2020 and beyond.
All right, Major, thank you so much. And if you want more information on the texting and driving law as well as all the other laws going into effect on July 1st, head on over to our website, abcactionnews.com. We'll be right back after a quick break.